Hi, welcome to Sue Repeat. My name's Sue. Today I'm going to share another buckwheat recipe. This is a buckwheat roti wrap. I'm still trying to perfect my buckwheat wraps. I shared a video, I think it was 2 years ago, and I got loads of comments on how to perfect it. Today I'm not going to use any yeast or anything like that. I'm going to do a really simple recipe with just flour, warm water and salt. Some people add and a little bit of oil. So it's 3 ingredients because water's not included as an ingredient. They're gluten-free, vegan, and really friendly. And I'm hoping that, inspired by the comments and other recipes that I've read, that I can perfect it. I have my non-stick fry pan heating up here. I'm hoping that's going to be better than my cast iron one because I don't want to add too much unnecessary oil. So in the bowl I'm going to keep it simple. I'm going to do cups today, not weigh anything, just so you can throw it together. And I'm doing a cup of buckwheat flour. This is a light buckwheat. This is the one that I'm able to get here in Sweden. Into that I'm going to add just 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. Add more if you want more salt. And I'm going to add the warm water. It's warm to touch, lukewarm. I don't have a temperature. And I'm going to add about half a cup to start with. We want it to be like a pancake-like batter and not a dough. I'm not going to roll it out. I'm just going to, so that was half. I'm going to use more because the buckwheat soaks up a lot of water. So now that's 1 cup, but I'm going to add it as I go. And I'm just going to zoom you in so you can see a close-up of how it's looking. I film everything myself, and so I have to stop and start the camera to show you different angles. So I thank you for your patience in watching me and supporting me. So that's like a pancake runny batter, but I almost think it needs a little bit more. But let's add a teaspoon of oil. This is optional. I'm just using, I think this is a rapeseed oil. You can use olive oil, coconut oil, ghee, butter, your choice. I'm just going to add maybe 1 more 1/4 cup. And depending on your brand of flour, you'll need to adjust the recipe to suit what you're using. Unlike a yeasted dough, we don't need to wait and rest this. Well, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to try and make it straight away. Pack my flour away. So you can see my pan there. I've got that in a nice liquid. I'm going to remove that so I don't dribble. I'm going to use that to cover my bread when it's cooked. So I'm going to try and go in with a 1/4 cup to start with. I'll do a little test one. I'm trying to get a wrap that I can add for use for lunch and put fillings inside it. I'm just going to swivel that around to see if that helps become bigger. I've got my little plate here with some paper. I've got bubbles happening. That's looking good. I think what I've read is the trick is to have a nice thin batter. I'm hoping that's thin enough, but we might need to go thinner. It's not brown. I think that's too thick. It looks like it's about 2 or 3 mils. I want it to be like the tortilla wraps that I use when I'm having my Mexican food, but I want it in buckwheat flour. Not hot enough, Sue? That's too pale. I'm going to go in with another 1/4 cup of water because I think it needs to be thinner. And it's not browning. See, that's too thick. It's not even like going to make a wrap. And I'm going to go bigger. So I'm going to get should we go half or 1/3? Let's go half. I feel confident that it's a better texture. Let's get that one out of the way. I think that one will end up being used in the bin. Okay, let's go the thinner batter and a 1/2 cup. And I'm going to make it go really thin. I'm going to use the shape of the pan, almost like a crepe, because I really want to be able to roll up this roti. That's looking better already. Now, hopefully, fingers crossed, I can flip it. The temperature looks better. It's cooking quicker. I almost think it can even go hotter. It's a little bit harder for me to adjust the temperature on this one. We've only got about 3 or 4 levels. When I do it behind here on my induction hob, I have like more levels, so it often can be better. The next one, I'm going to try adding a little bit of oil to my pan and see what that does. Okay, this is stuck. This isn't good, Sue. Oh no, here it comes. I was getting a bit worried. I made a New Year's resolution that I would share my journey with you more so you can see my process and not just share everything that's perfect. So that ended up being 1 cup of flour and 1.5 cups of warm water. So it's looking more like a crepe. Going to go one more level to see if I can make it look brown. Okay, it's not really browning. I'm going to take that out. Okay, this time I'm going to not do the 1/2 cup. I'm going to try the 1/3 of a cup. So 1/3 of a cup, and let's try and okay, we can't quite go to the edges, but maybe that's better. So if you want to know, my pan size is inch-wise, it's a 10-inch or it's a 24 centimetre. It's not an expensive one. I think I bought it from IKEA. Okay, so this time I've put it up higher. I'm going to brush oil on one side and see what that does. Not very healthy. Ghee might be better if you've got that. So brushing the oil, I'm just going to brush it with this. It's cooking quicker, so let's check it. I might have to turn it already. Kind of still feel like it's too thick. I think I'd like to add, maybe I'm going to just do it by tablespoons this time. A tablespoon of water. I like the 1/3 of a cup. It was a bit more manageable to get up. So let's go back with that one. I'll take it off the heat. So that's, okay, that's nice and pliable. And that's the one without the oil. The oil didn't really make it, it went slightly browner, but okay, my pan's hotter now. I've got up to a P5 level. So I think the hotter the pan has seemed to work better. I don't think the oil does much, so I'm not going to add any more oil. I'm going to try another 1/2 cup to get a bigger one. Okay, I'm jumping around, but I'm just wanting you to see the difference. That's a bit misshapen, but it'll still taste okay. Hotter temperature, bigger cup size, and the liquid is a bit more runnier now, the batter. So I think we went 1.5 cups plus 1 tablespoon. Yeah, the hotter temperature makes it go brown, and we don't really need the oil. And look at that. Quickly cook it on that side. And to me, they look more like kind of a buckwheat crepe, but different countries call them different things. Okay. So I'm going to summarize all the things that you need to make the perfect roti bread. A medium-sized bowl, a whisk. I use this flat whisk because I love it, but you can also use the balloon size whisk. Measuring cup, 1/2 cup is perfect for the size of the rotis or the wraps that I wanted. Warm water, oil. I've used rapeseed oil, you can use olive oil. I haven't tried coconut oil, but it probably would work. Buckwheat flour. I haven't written buckwheat there, but it's my buckwheat flour, and salt. A spatula. This one works well for my non-stick pan and my non-stick pan. So I've just gone through all of the equipment and ingredients you need. Now let me just show you how they turned out. So I think that looks pretty good. To me, it looks like a crepe. We're calling it a roti today because that was what I was aiming to do. And that's the 1/2 cup, high temperature, no oil. And as I made them, they got browner because I raised the temperature, as you can see here. And these were my earlier ones, which are still going to be great to eat, but they're just not as brown. And that was when I first started doing a bigger size. And that was my test one, which the batter was too thick and the pan wasn't hot enough. And when I store them, I'll store them in a Pyrex container like this in the fridge with a lid. for about 3 to 4 days. And when we want to eat them for lunch or for breakfast, I just reheat them in the microwave, or you can just have them cold. So I hope you've enjoyed my process on how to perfect the buckwheat roti. We're going to eat them for lunch. I'll sit them here just with the cloth on, just so they don't dry out, but they're still a little bit warm, and if I put the lid on, it creates condensation. I'm going to perfect my other types of buckwheat bread. I did buckwheat waffles last week, and I'm hoping to do like a pocket or pita bread, and maybe this time it will have the yeast in it. So stay tuned, because that will be coming out very soon. If you want to jump over to swivelled.com. If you want more recipes, you can become a free member, but if you want even extra recipes, extra tips, extra videos, you can do what's called my Kitchen Love membership. It's a paid subscription. It's only $30 a year, and you get a few more recipes from me. I'm hoping to do a book one day, but this is another way that I can share more recipes, and you can support me create more content for you. Hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today. Thank you once again for your support, and hej då, which is goodbye, from Sweden.